We're going to talk to Dr. Siegel on new potential cures to treat the coronavirus. But first, few are asking this question. When will and rising approval ratings, and suddenly people are talking about him displacing Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee, all for his handling of the coronavirus epidemic in New York. Now, pressed down a little bit, and it's hard to say exactly why. New York's death toll is higher than anywhere else. Cuomo hasn't done a ton beside ordering stores to close and people to stay home. He's done a fine job of that. Meanwhile, though, the state's hospitals in New York were crowded and short on supplies even before this crisis hit. Cuomo may look good, though, by comparison, simply because he's not New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, who looks appalling, even worse than you thought. Even 3 weeks ago, when an epidemic was clearly on its way, de Blasio was telling New Yorkers to act totally normally. It's fine.
We have 25 cases as of this morning, and we care deeply about each of those individuals, but against the backdrop of 8.6 million people. And for the vast majority of New Yorkers, life is going on pretty normally right now, and we want to encourage that. If you're under 50 and you're healthy, which is most New Yorkers, there's very little threat here. This disease, even if you were to get it, basically acts like a common cold or flu. And transmission is not that easy.
So funny. MSNBC was telling us, I think just today, that everybody knew was a threat in January. Yeah. Seth Barron is the associate editor at City Journal. He joins us tonight. Seth, thanks so much for coming on tonight. So de Blasio clearly wasn't convinced this was a problem. He wasn't thinking about it. What was he thinking about? Do we have any idea?
Well, he's definitely been preparing for a major emergency over the last few years, but the emergency has been the rising coastal waters. He's been singularly focused on climate change over the last few years. He's banned plastic bags. He's tried to ban glass skyscrapers.
Can I pause you there? So,
sure.
If the temperature had risen, say, 20 degrees in a year and the Hudson River had submerged Central Park, he would have been prepared for that.
Well, no, he was thinking in terms of 75 or 100 years, after he was out of office. But, you have to remember.
Perfect.
The mayor and the governor, for years, have been urging New Yorkers to prepare themselves for a major emergency. They've said, get a survival kit, get a go bag together, because government won't be there if there's a major emergency. And among the things they told us to prepare, to have on hand, were face masks and hand sanitizer. Now, I think it's great that the government is admitting that they're not really going to be there necessarily. But it just makes you wonder, why weren't they prepared? Why weren't they stocking face masks? They were cheap.
Because you were doing it, Seth Barron. You had your own face masks in Purell. Thanks for that. Great to see you tonight. Good luck in New York.
Thank you, Tucker.